Good Thursday, everyone. Thanks for stopping by GardenStateWeather.com and GardenStateWeather.blogspot.com, your source for weather information 24 hours a day for the northern mid-Atlantic region. I'm forecaster Robert Smith, and this is the video forecast analysis discussion for Thursday, the 21st of November 2013. A cold start in many areas this morning in northern and central New Jersey, away from the coast, where clouds and stratus moving in from off the ocean have kept temperature minimums in the 40s right along the immediate coast. But further inland, where the clouds have been less in coverage and mostly clear overnight, good radiational cooling, temperatures once again dropping down to 13 degrees this morning in Walpack, 20 degrees at High Point State Park. Other temperatures here in the low to the mid-20s. Current temperatures at 7 a.m. this morning from Rutgers University's Weather and Climate Network. Temperatures already still climbing from the mid and upper 20s across the region into the New York City metro area into the 30s and out into Long Island in the low to mid 30s. And we've got quite a lot of stratus clouds now developing and moving, pushing inland from off the ocean. Morning surface chart of the New Jersey, New York, Philly metro area this morning shows generally clear skies. We do have some high level cloudiness and some stratus now moving into some of the regions across the immediate coast. Temperatures this morning recouping from the upper teens to the low and mid 20s, north and west, and also out in southwestern and southeastern Pennsylvania and central and southern New Jersey. And temperatures in the New Jersey, New York City metro area climbing now into the low to the mid 30s. There's still some cold spots here out on northern shores of Long Island where temperatures are still running in the upper 20s to lower 30s. Morning Eastern weather chart from weatherroanoke.com and Digital Atmosphere Software shows the high pressure ridge now off the New England coast and cresting. Winds are backing around to the north and east now, and that's bringing in some low cloud cover and a temperature inversion here along the immediate coast, which will be increasing our cloud cover from the ocean inland throughout the afternoon. Meanwhile, we have a diffuse warm front developing to our west, and this will bring some spotty shower activity into the region beginning Friday morning. And intermittently, as the front moves through, we could get a few breaks of sun possible in some locations on Friday before the cold front nears the region later in the afternoon and evening, with clouds and then an increase of shower activity through Saturday morning before a very strong change in our weather occurs. Now, rainfall amounts from tonight through Friday and Friday night and early Saturday morning will probably be in the order of 1/4 of an inch or less, and we do need the precipitation around here. Unfortunately, that's not going to be enough. We have no watches, warnings, or advisories for the New Jersey or New York or Long Island or southern Connecticut coastal waters at this time, but small craft advisories probably getting reintroduced across the terminals again on Saturday morning, and those small craft advisories could even become gale watches or warnings in some of the ocean waters on Sunday and Sunday night proper. We find some of the stratus here offshore and some stratus beginning to move in now diffusely into the coastal regions this morning. Visible satellite view shows the stratus offshore, mostly clear skies at sunrise in many locations here across the New Jersey, New York, Philly area, and clouds beginning to build and develop across our west out into Ohio, Indiana, and points to the west as a warm front develops. Water vapor imagery this morning showing generally dry weather in the mid and upper levels of the atmosphere. Still, we could find a temperature inversion developing today where the dry air in mid and upper levels meets the strong inflow, or not the strong inflow, but the temperature inversion here at the surface, with a slowly building onshore flow of moisture into the region that will include the increase of cloud cover here. There's a lot more warming of the clouds, or actually cooling of the clouds. There's more lifting going on to our west as the warm front develops. NAM WRF, high resolution, reflectivity, and cloud forecast going into the future from Penn State's EWOL site. Start out this morning with some high level cloudiness and also some moisture evecting in from off the ocean on stratus. And some of the stratus staying around the coastal regions during this afternoon, and then the clouds begin to take over a little bit as a weak wave of disturbance in the mid and upper levels of the atmosphere, and also an onshore flow help to increase the low-level cloud cover across some sections during this afternoon. Other regions will generally see a partly sunny day with just an increase of high-level cirrus clouds overhead. Warm front developing to our west, moisture influx from off the ocean means we could have more clouds around here with the stratus building in overnight tonight into tomorrow morning. And just west of the terminals, we could have some light precipitation developing across the region. Very spotty and very light indeed. And most of this will increase the chances during Friday morning and Friday afternoon as lifting continues to go on in the atmosphere and a wave of low pressure moves up towards the Great Lakes. A warm front moves through our region and to the north. Now, once this happens, that should push the precipitation to our north and east, out towards the coastal waters and into southern Connecticut and Long Island, according to the NAM high resolution model for tomorrow. Then some breaks of sunshine could break out during the region, across the region during tomorrow afternoon with some high cirrus. And here comes the cold front. And the cold front will be moving through the region on Saturday morning. Now, the NAM model keeps this cold front broken into two separate regions here with precipitation to the north and precipitation to the south and a break of moisture in between. That generally means sinking air. So the front may actually pass our region by with not too much precipitation at all if this forecast is correct. And then it's a drying day behind the cold front as the cold air really lingers to our west. It won't get cold right away on Saturday. In fact, Saturday might still be relatively mild until this impulse here in the upper levels of the atmosphere, this trough axis here across the Great Lakes swings through Saturday night and Sunday morning. That's when the winds are really going to start to kick in from the northwest at 15 to 25 miles an hour with gusts up to 40 at times on Sunday. And we could even find some blustery snowflakes in the air just to the west of New York City, over the Poconos and northwestern New Jersey. They would be isolated, but it's still a possibility during the day on Sunday. Generally, VFR weather for the aviational deck through tonight and tomorrow, and then marginal VFR in showers tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow night, and Saturday morning, and then VFR conditions later Saturday through early next week. This morning at some of the terminals, we have broken ceilings at 4,000 feet up at Teterboro with a temperature of 33, and the wind is out of the north at about 5 knots. And some broken clouds, some scattered clouds at 4,000 today. Broken ceilings at 4,000 throughout the afternoon. Some of those low-level clouds get trapped under the inversion, then broken to scattered clouds late tonight, and then just basically scattered clouds at 700 feet, broken at 1,500 feet with some light rain and mist during the late night and early morning hours tomorrow morning at Teterboro. Meanwhile, for Newark, we're expecting basically the same kind of thing, some scattered to broken clouds at about 4,000 feet. Lowering a little bit late tonight and tomorrow morning. There'll be some light rain around the terminal, and basically a wind shift from the east to the northeast, basically. And also we're going to find that winds will continue to be very light, under 10 knots. Philadelphia, same kind of thing. Some broken clouds around the region this morning, then becoming overcast late this afternoon and this evening. Some rain showers possible early tomorrow morning, and overcast conditions at about 2,500 feet. Right now at Philadelphia this morning, it's 33, mostly cloudy, a few clouds at 6,500, scattered at 28,000, and temperatures are on the rise. Obviously, the big news this weekend is the Arctic front that will be sliding through the region on Saturday morning, and that will shift our winds around to the northwest and bring in a very tight pressure gradient across the region as a wave of low pressure then develops and moves towards the Great Lakes, draws the cold front through with the upper trough axis swinging through. And this upper low, this surface low here into Canada now, and this surface ridge here building across the upper Midwest, eventually the west, the Midwest, and then eventually the East Coast. It's a very tight pressure gradient, so northwest winds howling in at 15 to 20 miles an hour with gust up to 30, 35 miles an hour. Not out of the question on Sunday rather. Very cold air developing Saturday afternoon as the winds increase. Saturday night, Sunday, we're going to find temperatures in the 30s, probably not even getting above freezing over the interior sections with wind chill values in the teens on Saturday night and Sunday. So you're going to really have to bundle up if you're going to be outside. And again, the GFS keeping most of the snowflake activity and snow shower activity to our north and west during the day on Sunday. Now, this is where things get interesting. The Pacific is being sampled for a storm system that will eventually dive down through the Midwest, get picked up by this Gulf moisture here, where a disturbance here in Canada in the northern polar jet will be moving east-southeast across the region as well early next week prior to Thanksgiving. Now, the GFS has kept the streams separate. We can see this at 18Z on Tuesday, and the forerunner here, the first surface wave in the northern stream, well out ahead of the southern stream, so there's no phasing going on here, and this keeps the pattern progressive with the eventual surface wave moving off the Virginia and North Carolina coast south of the region and out to sea, keeping the northern reaches of the New Jersey, New York City metro area out of the precipitation shield during the day on Wednesday, keeping the western edge of light precipitation across central and coastal New Jersey down to Philadelphia and the Delmarva. Now, this has been a trend that was not followed. It's starting to follow that over the last couple of runs, and then basically this brings the storm out into away from the coast with absolutely very little, if any, impact other than just some rain chances along the immediate coast. The European model still is maintaining a closer, strung out version of this with a closer scenario here with more rain showers. Possibly turning to some light snow at the end Wednesday. That would be on Wednesday night into early Thursday morning, Thanksgiving Day. And we're just going to continue to monitor this because most of this information here that's forming this storm and the actual evolution of the phase or non-phase event here of this storm still lies in energies that are out into the Pacific, and the models don't actually sample that data as correctly and as robust as we have many more observational stations and balloon launches here in the United States of America. So once that system gets onto land, the models are going to start to correct themselves one way or another. So that's it for today. We'll have updates on next week's Thanksgiving Day weather as we approach the region and closer to the time frame. And of course, all updates will occur tomorrow morning on the video as well. For Garden State Weather and GardenStateWeather.blogspot.com, I'm forecaster Robert Smith. You make it a great day.